Ray Dalio, Gloria Gaynor started us off with, "I will survive." Remarkably appropriate, because we're not talking about thriving, we're talking about surviving. What pillar are you focusing on?
Well, I think the world, there's a changing world order, the changing system that we're operating by. And I think we're confused about that. In 1945, we created a system in which the United States was a leading power, a rich power, and capitalism was the means of operating. And those things are changing. So we're a bit confused, I think, for example, on capitalism. Capitalism has been a remarkable resource allocation system, but at the same time, we're trying to replace it because it has failed to provide the equal opportunities, and it's failed to provide resource allocation in a way that takes into consideration the total cost of items, things like pollution and so on. So this is a moment, I think, where we have to rethink what that means. So I would say the most important question as we think about the resource allocations that we're dealing with is, what is the cost? And how do you determine the new total cost of the various things that we're trying to accomplish? And I think, and then who plays what positions in terms of the world order? What is the role of different countries? What is the leadership? How do you work together? If you don't know how to work together, if you don't know what the system is, it's like a bunch of kids playing soccer and they just run around the field and they haven't yet known how to play their position. So I think that we're in the process of working that out, and I think it is very important in terms of the immediate aspects of that, like the producing of money and credit. There's been a lot of money and credit been produced. That has its implications. So when I look at that, I think the answer, though, is going to be in entrepreneurship and technology to create a whole world. In other words, the inventiveness. The one advantage that we have, and we see it in the kingdom, is the talent of young people who come up with great ideas, entrepreneurship, the inventiveness that we're seeing take place with IPOs and new ideas, and the technology that exists. But that has to be worked for the benefit of the entire society in a total society, cost-effective way so we don't waste resources. So I think that those are the big questions. The biggest question is how we're going to be with each other.
How we're going to?
Be with each other.
Thank you, sir. For those